So, we had a choice of technically 3 movies to go see. We had Transformers, Rise of the Beasts, we had Elementals, and we had The Flash. And Paul, in his infinite wisdom, chose the child movie Elementals.
Child movie. That's what you're going to call this?
It's a kids movie.
It is. You're going to watch Elemental and you're going to call that a kids movie.
It's supposed to be a kids movie.
Okay, Elemental is a Pixar movie.
That's right.
Okay, Pixar used to be for kids. And now they're coming up and Soul and now Elemental.
Now, speaking of Up, there was a short before this movie with the guy from Up and the dog, Doug. And I had to look at Paul at the end of it and say, did you enjoy that, kids? Because there's no way kids would have enjoyed that.
No, a little short about an old man moving on from the mourning his dead wife and into going into dating, and he's reluctant. This is what they did for kids.
With old man jokes.
Yeah.
Like forgetting his keys, forgetting his wallet. Like, I couldn't believe that this was a short.
Okay, that wasn't a good start.
Nope.
But then we went into Elemental, and
it got worse.
Elemental is you saw the trailer. It's a fire girl, and she's starting a relationship with a water guy, and fire and water don't mix, right?
Now, wait. It takes a while for that to even start happening.
Yeah, it's a big lead.
There's a whole lead in where the guy isn't even around yet. And it takes a long time for that to happen.
But it was all right.
I found...
Well, first, going into this...
Go on.
I don't know if you've watched any kind of TV or movie lately, but there's some kind of concerted effort to have relationships only between black and white. Like, you're never going to have 2 blacks, you're never going to have 2 whites. It seems to be this interracial thing. And I'm going into this and I said, oh my God, Pixar made a whole cartoon about it. But that's not what this is.
No, it's fire and water.
Well, yeah, but it's more of like an immigration story. An immigrant coming and kind of making cultures mesh. That's what this is about.
Although it's you and your rich... privileged world, they say that line, and I'm a normal, common, hard-working immigrant.
Okay, but
they do have a message in this.
Okay, but think of it. You're coming from maybe the slums of India or from a poor town in Mexico.
But there's definitely that slant on it.
Yes, it is. But it's cultures meshing. That's what the movie's about.
Sure.
Okay, so obviously Don didn't like the movie.
It's not that it was horrible, but there was a lot of filler in this movie where she's chasing him at one point. And it's like a 5-minute montage of her running into things and setting fire to plants as she's walking by them and sliding down and ducking water. And it, like, repeatedly throughout this movie, they had scenes like that. That if it was like an action film where this is happening, and it just seemed completely out of place.
But you're criticizing that from the perspective of an adult.
Yes.
Now imagine kids watching this. That's the part they're going to enjoy.
But then the rest of the part, they're not. Which is the majority of the movie.
Like, I will say, they did a lot of clever things. This is what happens in how a fire person would do this and do that, and how it would react to this, and how a water person would do. They did a lot of clever things.
Yeah, well, it's just like, okay, if I can create water, what can I do? Well, I can do these bubble things, and I can block water with my hand because I made a Yeah, it's easy to think of that. But it wasn't overly imaginative. It wasn't amazing. Like, this wasn't a special thing that way. Going as if I would have looked at that and went, wow, I never would have thought of that. And the whole thing about the glass and the wall breaking down and they can't get anybody to fix it. And it's like, what?
Okay, well that was the story. Like,
Yeah, but I
didn't
mean,
see a
come
problem
on.
with it.
Come on.
There's the one criticism I have in this is that if you're gonna try to enchant kids with this movie, what's with all the crying?
Oh yeah.
There's crying and sad music and just
Because apparently water is just criers. The whole families are criers.
yeah, you know, the tears. Okay, we get it.
But
But there's so much of it.
all the way through the movie. In fact, I hate to spoil it. I might spoil this a little bit for you. But the main way to solve the main thing in the movie is because they cry. That's right. The male character cries. And because he cries, everything works out. Simplified, but true.
Okay, but
Like
that's
like
not
that wasn't an action scene for a finale like that.
Yeah, but that wasn't the action finale scene. That was the wrap up.
You're trapped in a room when you and
Don't spoil it. Don't
Oh,
spoil it.
oh.
Okay, now, if you're not an old grump like Don, you probably watch this and you'll say, okay, this is not a movie that is wowing me. But there was a lot of emotion in this movie. There's a lot of emotional parts.
Sure, but you know what? Up had emotion in it, way more than this movie did. Although I don't know how many kids liked Up either. Really?
Well, that's the problem with Pixar lately,
Yeah.
is they're making it too adulty instead
Or
of
two
that nice balance.
two adult themes. Like they're doing the cartoon animation for the kids, but the adult topics aren't reaching the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Like when you have like Toy Story and Cars and Frozen, like at least like Frozen had the pretty girls and girls are gonna like that.
And
but
a good
you also,
song, good
you also
music.
had the amazing song and the snowman, you know?
Yes.
And so everything is gonna be focused for the kids. No matter what the story is. Now, they don't have that for this. They didn't have it for Soul. They didn't have it for Up.
no, and the music is not anything in this movie.
No, it's just regular,
It's just-
and lots of it is sad music. Like,
Yeah.
very slow music.
Yeah, and everything is, and a lot of it is just like heavy, like oh my father won't love me and all this other stuff, and when my dad died and oh hi kids, you know, hey kids, happy. No, I don't know what they're thinking when they do these things.
But at the beginning, when they're starting, the girl and the guy meet, and you think, okay, I know this movie is about them getting together. For the first 10 minutes of it, I'm thinking, oh, well, this doesn't seem fun at all because he's just a big goof and she's just got her task on her mind. And it wasn't fun at all. But then it does get endearing and he does start making her feel things for him and it works out that way.
Sure, but let me tell you one thing. There were 4 of us in the theater, and 2 people left.
Did they leave?
They left. They never came back.
When did they leave?
They left right when, not even near the finale chase scene or anything like that. Like, when they argued, when she decided, oh, I can't do this because of my father, and
Okay.
when they had that little...
But they may
walked
have
in.
left for an unrelated reason to the movie.
Sure. Or they might have said, yeah, let's see if something else is playing and we can walk and sneak into
No,
it.
it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that, but they, like...
Like, the movie was delayed. They could have had not enough time to do something, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Sure. Let's blame it on that. Look, it's not a horrible movie, but Pixar, like, this is nowhere near your good stuff.
Now, mind you, Disney's not focusing a lot on Pixar right now. They're mostly a Disney Plus animation studio now.
Yeah, well, that's why their stock is down 50% of what it normally is, and that's why no one goes to their movies anymore.
I think a lot of adults are going to enjoy this. There might be some kids that will be okay with the funny little things that happen throughout the movie, but it's definitely not a kid's movie.
Put it this way. I think this is going to be the lowest opening Pixar film in the last 10 years.
Well,
it'll be less than The Good Dinosaur, and The Good Dinosaur was a horrible movie.
they're predicting this will be the lowest, even adjusting for inflation.
I predicted it was going to be okay. I've been predicting 50, 55 million in my head, and even that would be a disappointment. But after seeing it, I don't think parents will think their kids will enjoy this.
But it is the kids' movie out right now, and they may.
Mario's still there.
Yeah, but everybody's probably seen Mario already.
True, but you might want to go see it again.
Parents want to take their kids to the movie, especially when it's raining and there's nothing else to do. Okay, let's bring the kids to the movies.
When it's raining. Okay, well, I am not going to recommend this as an adult movie to go see. If your kids are old enough, I think, but young kids, I think, will be bored in this film. Like 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds. I don't think this is a movie for them. There's not enough to keep them spark their interest. Mm-hmm. There's too many slow moments in this.
But like turning this on Disney Plus later on down the road, I think it's a watch.
Yeah, if it's on. I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it though. I wouldn't. No, I honestly.
You haven't gotten enough sleep since you've been back.
This is true. This is true. But like I said, there's nothing really horrible about the movie. But if I go and think to myself, hey, this is Pixar, and I start thinking of Toy Story and Cars and all the great stuff that they've brought out, and then I look at this, it's nowhere near those movies.
It's not near the top of the list.
No. So if you're looking for a adequate movie to entertain your adequate kids, and you want to spend $80 at the theater, then maybe take them.
Yeah, I think this is a wait unless you like to go to the movies.
Yeah, and you won't have to wait long. I think it'll be on Disney Plus before you know it. So what are you going to give it rating?
I'll give it a 7.
Oh no. I'll give it a 6 because it's not horrible, but it's missing the mark for adults and it's missing the mark for kids. It doesn't have that blend, I don't think. I think it's missing it.
I'm not upset that I paid for it, and I kind of enjoyed it, although it had flaws, so it makes a 7.